Greetings and welcome back to the channel for another album review, and this time it's the Black Star Riders' Wrong Side of Paradise. So yeah, we're reviewing the Black Star Riders' new album, Wrong Side of Paradise. It's the 5th album from the band, though it's a completely different lineup from those who recorded the first album back in 2013. And this is the first album without Scott Gorham, so you could probably say the link between the Black Star Riders and Thin Lizzy is, well, it's a lot less than it was. And I guess there's probably more in common with the Black Star Riders and the Almighty now, being that Ricky Warwick's the only original member left, and well, I think he's always been the principal songwriter and the vocalist. But anyway, so for those new to my album reviews, you'll be unaware of the excitement, which is my album chart. So here it is. That's all the albums I've reviewed so far, which obviously you can watch if you wish. And then we'll review this one. It'll get a score at the end, and you can see where it's made it in the chart. So the album starts with the title track, and it's pretty much straight in with a little bit of tasty lead guitar before you get into the singing, and it's a very compact tune. You know, the verses just kind of seeg into the choruses. There's no real change to them. Warwick's voice is kind of level all the way through. The solo lifts the song, but it's pretty short, and then it's followed by some nice harmony guitar lines, and then there's a bit more dynamics near the end when the drum hits matching the beat of the vocals. But overall, yeah, the song kind of sets out the mission statement for the album. I think probably both lyrically and in song style. Just a kind of very competent rocking hard rock tune, which is decent without being brilliant and memorable. But so yeah, it's a good beginning. Second track in is Hustle, which starts with a harmonica just before the vocals. Just like the first song, it's pretty instant and straight in. It's a bit more of a slower tune, but more of a groove. You can really nod along to just the drums thumping away. And it's like the album is very well produced, not in like a Def Leppard way, but more just in it's recorded very well. The guitars are still raw and distorted. They're not got an 80s sheen on them or anything, but it's just a very good tight production. This song's listed with some nice female vocals on the pre-chorus, and this time the chorus is a bit different from the verses, giving a bit more. There's a wee lead guitar riff kind of throughout, which I'm less keen on. I think it'd probably been better without that. Just the groove of the rhythm. But then there's a nice lead break, which isn't really a guitar solo. It's just a kind of a more of a little guitar tune, if that would be right. But so it's a bit different from your normal. And you get some more harmonica in the end. So yeah, it's quite an enjoyable little song. Yeah, again, like the first track, it's nothing out of this world. It's just good, competent hard rock and a decent listen. And next track up, Better Than Saturday Night, it's kind of got some foot tapping in chords at the start, but instead of what you'd think, you'd expect some kind of AC/DC just drumming behind it. It's got a lot more frenetic drumming, which I don't know if suit it that well. Joe Elliott turns up for backing vocals on this one, though the chorus seems a bit forgettable to me. It's not brilliant, but nothing really grabs me from this song. It's, you know, not awful, but not particularly brilliant either. Might become a bit of a skipper, or I've loaded all the songs on my MP3 player, so you never know. It might get deleted at some point, but we'll see. You know, it might grow me with more listens. But first few listens, it's a pretty average tune. Next song, Riding Out the Storm's Bear. It's got a nice, intriguing guitar intro. It's a nice little cool riff, and with singing over it, and a foot tapping beat. And then the song elevates slightly when it comes into the chorus, and you can, and after that, when the kind of the intro comes around again, you can hear some nice bass playing under it. So this is a cool little song. There's no real instrumental break. It's kind of vocals all the way through, but a pretty decent tune. It's one of the highlights on the album. Although it's followed by Pay Dirt, which I'm not that keen on. I know I said earlier there's good production, but when the drums kick in this one, they kind of sound like cardboard boxes being hit hard. It's not a great sound. And there's a wee lead guitar riff constantly going around, which I'm not keen on. In fact, it's just a little bit off-putting. And then the solo comes in and kind of then abruptly stops and doesn't seem to go anywhere. So it's not the best for me. Catch Yourself On takes things up a little bit again after Pay Dirt, and it's another guitar intro with just Ricky singing over it before the drums come in, making it slightly different. It's got some good dynamics in this song. It kind of lifts when the chorus comes in, and then when they play the intro riff again with the drums behind it, that riff sounds even better. Again, a pretty short solo before more of an instrumental break with the riff and guitars, which I think will be quite good live. They play that, kind of just standing at the edge of the stage, riffing away. It's the crowd hopefully gets into it. So it's another decent song, if not spectacular, which is kind of what I feel for this album. Really, it's decent without being brilliant. And they follow it with a cover of the Osmonds tune "Crazy Horses," and it's got a lot of energy and it's quite exciting. But as with the Osmonds version, because I went and had a listen to that, it's the kind of guitar used to affect the noise of horses. I find really awful. I don't like that sound at all, and it's just kind of off-putting, and that kind of it kind of puts me off of the song. But that aside, it's a bit more up-tempo, and it does rock out, and you kind of wish maybe they'd written a couple of their own songs in this kind of vein. So yes, it's a bit different, I suppose, doing a cover of an Osmonds tune, but it's to me it would have been a good B-side back in the day. I don't know if it deserves to sit on an album, although in saying that, it's probably not the worst song on the album. But after that, the pace comes back down with a bit with the track "Burning Rome," but not actually in a bad way. It's quite a good laid-back song, which really allows Ricky's voice to come through a little better. I think it shows his capabilities as a vocalist, and there is some nice twin guitar playing in the first chorus, so maybe they've not completely expunged their Thin Lizzy roots after all. But yeah, it's a nice little laid back tune, and slightly different from the rest of the album. And then even more Thin Lizzy-ish on the "Don't Let the World Get in the Way." they mention the character of Johnny, who obviously featured in a few Thin Lizzy songs. And then it's a bit more up tempo, and it's quite a catchy chorus. Yeah, it's got a catchy chorus, and this one probably could be my favourite from the album. There's a nice middle eight which leads into a guitar solo, which is followed by some more twin guitar stuff. So maybe I was wrong with my assumption that they're more the Almighty now than Thin Lizzy. With these last couple of tunes. But then I think the album takes a bit of a dip again with Green and Troubled Land. It's just, I found the guitar riff a bit grating. You know, it is what it is. It's just I don't think it's a particularly brilliant tune, just it's pretty average. Then we have the last song on the album, This Life Will Be the Death of Me, which starts with a nice drum and bass intro, which is quite atmospheric, and it's got, you know, a nice groove. And this is a really good tune. I like the melody and the chorus. Although I mean it's not a particularly long song, it's only 3.5 minutes, but it does seem a bit more ambitious than the rest of the songs. So yeah, that's the new one from the Black Star Riders. Overall it's kind of decent hard rock fare. It's quite a good listen. It's not something it's not. I mean, maybe it'll grow on me with further listens, but it's not something where the songs seem that memorable or catchy. There's no huge earworm stuff, but it all works together, and it's a decent listen. If you hear some tracks on it, apart from maybe one or two, you wouldn't immediately turn them off. So anyway, so I have given marks out of 10 for each song in the album, which of course will then lead to an overall score from the album, so we can then fit it into my leaderboard. And that's the Black Star Riders, Wrong Side of Paradise. So thanks for watching. Feel free to hit like or unlike. You can leave a comment, tell me how wrong I am in my assertions with the album. And of course you can always subscribe. But anyway, till the next video, thanks for watching.